Law 1. Never outshine the master. Have you ever noticed something in life? Sometimes the most talented person is not the most successful. Sometimes the smartest student is not the most appreciated. And sometimes the most capable employee is not the one who gets promoted. At first, this feels unfair, because we are taught that hard work, intelligence, and skill always lead to success. But in reality, success is not only about ability. It is also about perception, ego, and hierarchy. This is where Law 1 of the 48 laws of power becomes important. Law 1 says, never outshine the master. Now this does not mean you should hide your talent or act weak. It means you must be careful about how you display your abilities when dealing with people in authority like bosses, teachers, or leaders. Because people in power are not only focused on results, they are also sensitive about their position. When someone below them starts appearing more intelligent or more capable, it can create insecurity instead of admiration. And insecure authority does not always respond positively. Human psychology. Every person in authority has an ego connected to their position. When that ego feels threatened, their behavior can change. They may start seeing you not as an asset, but as a challenge. Not because you did something wrong, but because you unintentionally made them feel less important. This is why even highly skilled people sometimes struggle in workplaces, not because of lack of ability, but because of poor perception management. Simple example. Imagine a classroom. A student is very intelligent and sometimes even knows more than the teacher. But if that student constantly corrects the teacher in front of everyone, it can create discomfort. Even if the student is right, the teacher may feel embarrassed or challenged. As a result, the teacher may start distancing themselves from that student. Workplace example. In an office, an employee may have better ideas than their manager. But if they constantly show superiority in meetings, the manager may start feeling threatened. And when that happens, opportunities can quietly disappear. Less involvement, less visibility, slower growth. Not because the employee is weak, but because they disrupted hierarchy. Smart approach. The lesson is not to hide your intelligence. The lesson is to use it wisely. Show your skills, but with respect and timing. Instead of directly challenging authority, present ideas in a way that includes them. For example, instead of saying, "This is wrong," you can say, "That's an interesting idea. I also explored another approach that might work better." Same intelligence, different impact. Final lesson. Power is not only about talent. It is about emotional awareness. If you understand ego and hierarchy, you can grow without creating resistance. So remember, be capable, be intelligent, but never make those above you feel threatened. That is the essence of Law 1.